So today, we're doing a deep dive into that, taking off the mask, finding, your authentic self.
Mm.
We've got some really insightful material here. It's stuff that gets right to the core of being true to yourself.
And the mission, I
It's
guess.
pretty simple, really. Let's pull out the key ideas, the steps, maybe, for how you can start this journey right now.
Sounds good. And that pressure you mentioned to conform, it can be, well, it's intense.
It really is.
And the stuff we looked at, it really underlines how easy it is to just fall into that trap, trying to be someone else.
Totally. And it hits hard with this one quote. The more you try to be like everyone else, the more you lose the person you were born to be.
Oh, yeah.
It just makes you stop and think, doesn't it? All that energy we pour into mirroring others.
Instead of just being, and it's exhausting, right? Keeping up that facade.
But what's really interesting is the perspective here. That finding your authentic self isn't actually about some massive, reinvention.
Right. Yeah, I loved that part. It's not about suddenly becoming this whole new person overnight.
Well,
The source puts it so well. Discovering your authentic self is not about becoming someone new. It's about coming home to who you really are.
coming home, that just reframes the whole thing.
It really does. It feels less like building something new and more like remembering or uncovering.
Exactly. Peeling back layers. The ones we put up over time, maybe to protect ourselves or, like you said, to fit in. And the text sort of points towards some really key elements for this coming home process.
Which leads us nicely into these, let's call them pillars, foundational pieces,
Yeah.
starting with honesty.
Yeah.
Honesty.
Sounds simple, but we're talking about a really deep self-honesty, aren't we? A kind of self-awareness.
Absolutely. It's about asking yourself those maybe uncomfortable questions.
Huh?
Well, what genuinely excites you? What do you truly believe in, like deep down? What are those things you just can't compromise on?
Okay.
What keeps you up at night thinking? And maybe more importantly, what really gets you leaping out of bed in the morning? The source material kind of suggests these answers are like your inner compass.
That's a great analogy. A
Yeah.
compass. Because if you're not honest about where north is for you.
How can you navigate? Yeah.
Exactly.
Right.
But then, okay, you find your north.
Mm-hmm.
Then comes the part I think trips a lot of us up.
Yeah.
Actually having the courage.
Courage.
The courage to be that honest self out in the world.
It definitely takes bravery. The text even says, being yourself in a world that wants you to blend in, that takes guts.
It really does take guts.
Yeah.
Because there's a risk, isn't there?
Yeah.
Showing up fully.
Oh, for sure. You might get criticized. Maybe some people won't get you or even like you.
And that fear, right, of not being understood or worse, rejected,
Yeah.
that can feel huge. Paralyzing even.
It absolutely can. But there's another angle in the source material here, a really valuable one.
Okay.
It suggests that, yeah, maybe not everyone will vibe with your authentic self, but the right people will. The right people, the ones you're meant to connect with, they'll be drawn to that realness, that honesty. Authenticity has this kind of magnetic pull.
That's actually really reassuring. Okay, so we have honesty, courage. What's the third pillar?
Patience.
Patience. Because this isn't like a weekend workshop kind of fix, is it?
Definitely not. No quick fixes here. This journey, self-discovery, it's ongoing.
Right.
There are going to be what the text calls messy days and hard choices. It's a process, learning, growing.
And probably stumbling a bit along the way.
Of course. So being kind to yourself, having that compassion is key. The material really stresses that every single step, even the messy ones, adds up. It contributes to living more authentically.
And it's crucial to remember this isn't about chasing perfection, is it? That's a relief.
Totally. The source is super clear on that.
Yeah.
You don't have to be perfect. You just have to be true.
Be true, not perfect.
Exactly. Authenticity isn't about being flawless. It's much more about embracing your own voice, your values, your story, all of it. The quirks, the imperfections, everything.
So thinking about you listening right now,
Yeah.
this all kind of boils down to an invitation, doesn't it? A challenge, almost.
Yeah, a powerful one.
The source basically urges us, stop pretending. Stop shrinking yourself down. Stop hiding who you really are deep down.
It's like a reminder. You showed up here as an original. You weren't meant to be a copy of someone else.
So the challenge is right there. Stand tall. Speak your truth, whatever that means for you. Trust your own path.
Because, and this is the payoff maybe, when you live as your authentic self,
Yeah.
that's when life really begins.
That's powerful. When life really begins.
And that's the heart of it, isn't it? Just embracing who you are, through that honesty, having the courage to show it, and giving yourself the patience for it all to unfold.
So maybe as you go about the rest of your day, just take a moment. Think about that final thought. Be bold. Be honest. Be you. What does that actually look like, feel like for you right now?